All right. Let's try this again. All right. Here in a few seconds. There we go. What is going on, guys? Evan here from Sports Corner back. And yeah, there we go. Finally back. Took a second, had some technical difficulties, but we are here ready to go. Alabama versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma got stopped on their opening drive. And so, yeah, Oklahoma got to midfield. Couple nice plays from John Mateer. Couple good throws. A couple good runs as well. That's going to be the key to this game, I think, for both these teams, is who can run the football better. Alabama's been limping into the playoffs. Ty Simpson was a man on possessed early on in the season. First 9 games, a 21-1 touchdown to pick ratio. And in the last 4 games, it's been a struggle. 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. One of those games was against Oklahoma. He really struggled in that game. You also had, of course, the really bad game with Auburn as well, where things didn't go well. And, of course, the SEC championship was a disaster. So here we go. Alabama gets the football against an elite Oklahoma defense who has the home crowd behind him. Ty Simpson at the quarterback position. Lee motions, and they'll hand it off to Dejoun Lee. He is stuffed by Oklahoma's defensive front. R. Mason Thomas is back, and that's so big for this Oklahoma defense. R. Mason's one of the best in the game, one of the best defensive linemen in all of college football. Having him back is so big. And this is another big chess match. Ryan Grubb's offense versus Brent Venables' defense. In round 1 in Tuscaloosa, it was Brent Venables' defense that forced multiple critical turnovers and got them that win. 2nd down and 9 for Simpson. They're going pretty much an empty look here, motioning Lee back into this backfield. And Simpson, pass out left side. It's caught by Isaiah Horton for a 3rd down and medium here. So nice job by Simpson to get that one out quickly. Again, you just got to build up Ty Simpson's confidence early on in this game, and we'll see if it can help him out. He low-key did not catch that snap very cleanly there. But here we go, 3rd down and 5, and we'll see what Alabama does. 3rd down and 5, Oklahoma. We'll see what they send at him. Simpson, first big 3rd down today for Bama. And Simpson gets the snap. He's got to have a clean pocket. He throws left side. Incomplete. Cortland Guillory in coverage on that one. And Oklahoma's defense makes a stop on Alabama. So right here, R. Mason just collapses his pocket a little bit. The interior collapses. This is also a good throw by Ty Simpson, but it's dropped by Isaiah Horton, who just made the catch earlier. So not a bad throw at all from Simpson. He made a good throw there. He put a good ball, and just not good receiving play there. And now, this is how Oklahoma wins games. It's the field position battles, and Isaiah Satania is the return man. Satania is very dangerous. He's got elite track speed. This punt will bounce around midfield. Takes a bit of a Bama bounce past the 45, and there you go. Alabama will put it away. So this is what this game is most likely going to be. It's going to be defenses and just trying. Whoever can control the field and not turn the football over is going to win this game. And Oklahoma has had Alabama's number these past couple of seasons, though. There's been no doubt about that. They've had their number. They've owned Alabama. They've owned them. I mean, they've beaten them twice the last 2 years. They've beaten them every time. And that's just, it's Oklahoma's defense just messes with Alabama's offense. I don't know what it is. Alabama usually turns the ball over a lot. That's kind of the main issue. So here we go. This is going to be, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. It's going to be a fun college football playoff season. And it starts here in Norman with Oklahoma, Alabama. As a Texas fan, you know who I'm rooting for tonight. Never rooting for OU. But I got to hand it to him. The crowd is electric out there in Norman tonight. It's going to be a really interesting game. I think it's really a toss-up between both teams. But I got, I think Alabama could pull this through. I mean, their offense needs to they got to protect. They got to protect. The run game didn't look great on that first attempt. And then the drops. I mean, you just can't have those. Now, Oklahoma's offense will give you... They'll give you leeway. They'll give you time. But you eventually just have to capitalize because that Oklahoma defense is, they're great. I mean, they're elite. They're so good, man. I mean, Oklahoma's won games literally because of their defense only. That's the only reason why. Oklahoma's been able to win games. Their offense has been awful. Mateer has been terrible. Their offensive line is very young, and I think it's going to get better. I think OU's offensive line is going to be really good in the future, but this year they're really young, and so they have some growing pains with that. But it's just, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes tonight. Alabama had to punt. Both teams punted. Oklahoma did have the better first drive, but again, they ended up punting. And so I think special teams is going to be a really important part of this game as well, which Oklahoma has the best kicker in college football. Tate Sandell is a superstar, man. That dude is one of the best college kickers I've seen in recent memory. Alabama beat Oklahoma the last time these two teams faced off in the college football playoff, 45-34, when Nick Saban and Tua Tagovailoa were in Alabama gear. And there's Kyler Murray, who was the quarterback of that game, I believe, in the crowd tonight. I mean, I'm assuming that's why they're going to show him. Yeah, because when they had Hurts is when they lost to LSU. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. Helps out a lot. Okay, so yeah. First down and 10 here for Oklahoma. And they have good field position to start this drive. So again, we'll see. What do they do with it? Big opportunity for them. Again, their motto is they're hard to kill, which it's true. They have been hard to kill. With that defense travels anywhere. And that's what gives them a chance. Here we go. Mateer tossed out to the right side. It's Blaylock. He is stuffed. They're only a couple yards there. Nice tackle made by Alabama. And again, this isn't Saban's Alabama. This is DeBoer's Alabama. Their defense, they're solid, but I don't think they're quite as good as not even close to being as good as the Saban defense is. Their offense is supposed to be high flying, but again, they just haven't been as good. The run game has been the main issue. Second down and 8 for Mateer. Alabama has a 3-man front right now. I mean, we know Mateer can be prone to turning that football over. Second down and 8. Mateer, play action. Arbuckle trying to scheme people open. Mateer down the middle. He's got a completion. And Oklahoma's offense is on the move right now. That's a big completion for John Mateer. And this offensive line for OU is protecting really well right now. Although this was just a 3-man rush, then Alabama sends a 4th guy kind of late. It did not matter, though, because, again, I just really don't understand the defensive play calling here. And Mateer throws a nice ball over the middle to Carter for the first down. I really don't understand what that decision was there from Alabama. I think you got to pressure John Mateer and try to make him frantic, and that was not it. They're pretty much already in Tate Sandell's field goal range. 1st and 10 from the 36, and Mateer, play action, has time, left side of the field, and oh my, that's a bad overthrow from John Mateer. Had a touchdown to Gibson. And this is just a throw you cannot miss if you're John Mateer. Had a man wide open and just sails this throw over Giovanni Gibson's head. I mean, again, that's a touchdown, and that's a great start to the game for Oklahoma. But Mateer just, goodness gracious. That's a really, really bad John Mateer miss. Second down and 10. Mateer 2 for 5 for 35 yards. Add on 7 rushing. Empty look here for him. We'll see if they go with the run, and they do. Mateer, scrambler. That's what Mateer can do. He scrambles well. He takes a shot at the end. Gets a first down, though, for Oklahoma. Good blocking here from OU on this right side. Paves the way for Mateer, who eventually is able to run past the first down marker. So Oklahoma will keep it out of his hands. I think Arbuckle is doing a nice job. I think OU's offensive line is blocking really, really well right now. So we'll see. Isaiah Satania is the game-breaking receiver for Oklahoma. He's good, due for a big play a game. At the 25, they hand it off up the middle, and Alabama stuffs the run. So, yeah, I think Oklahoma, in pass pro, they're doing a really good job. Some of these runs are kind of getting stuffed up after the first couple. But, yeah, in pass pro, they're actually protecting Mateer really well. And I think Arbuckle is scheming that up. He's doing a really nice job. Guys are open on a lot of these throws. It's the whether your quarterback can hit them. That's pretty much it, dude. They have 3 guys in the backfield. Blaylock, Satania. One of the motions out, one of the tight ends, and Mateer keeps it himself, rolling out right. Mateer flips it down the field out of bounds. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Sooners offense. Again, Mateer really got to figure this out. Got to try to pick up another 3rd down. He's made some good throws. He's made some really bad throws. Yeah, if you guys are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. 3rd down and 10. Third and 10 from the 25. Mateer dropping back. Has so much time. Checks it down to Xavier Robinson, who makes a man miss. Robinson goes out of bounds with a huge play for Oklahoma. A simple check down for Mateer, and that's an easy first down. That's a big first down. So Mateer they just run this little play out of the backfield, and then Robinson makes a man miss. I think that was Damani Jackson who he puts into the ground. And that's just a great play by Robinson after the catch. He steps out of bounds back towards the 10. But 1st and goal, Alabama having a tough time getting off the field against Oklahoma right now. So 1st and goal from around the 9, Oklahoma. We'll see if they can punch this in and get off to a good start offensively. 1st and goal, Mateer up the middle run. John Mateer taking off, making people miss, and he scores. Oh my goodness. What a start. Oklahoma's offensive line is genuinely doing so well right now. Alabama's struggling to tackle. They just keep missing tackles right now as Mateer does a nice job on the run. Yeah, Mateer with a cut. Nice job by Mateer making people miss. And another missed tackle. Xavier Brown that time missed him. And Sandell knocks the PAT through. That's a great start for Oklahoma. I mean, their offense just was able to plow through. The OU offensive line looked really, really good that drive. John Mateer also was huge in the run game. And, I mean, yeah, right now Alabama's defense does not look good. They're not tackling well in the open field, and they're getting beat at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. So they're going to have to find something offensively sooner than expected, to be honest. I bet they expected their defense to be able to get some stops, but again, that's what Oklahoma does. They win the field position battle with their defense, and so Brent Venables is going to have to figure something out because, yeah, this game, Oklahoma's not a team that usually pulls away from teams. Usually they're a team that struggles to, usually it's going to be a close game that their defense comes up big in, and that's kind of what we're seeing I don't know. Their offense has moved the ball pretty well early on, though. Again, I think their offensive line is just playing well. And that drive, I mean, it was a quick check. It was a check down underneath that got them that big first down. How many third downs did they have that drive? And they had the nice pass, and then it was, Mateer ran for an 11-yard run, and then he had the check down to X-Rob, and then boom, touchdown. So, I mean, it's just Alabama's got to tighten up their tackling ability. But yeah, Brent Venables' defense is one tough defense to beat. If you guys are listening, by the way, be sure to click the subscribe button. It's a really good defense. Every single year, they're going to be elite on that side of the ball. And right now, Oklahoma's offense is matching it pretty solid. Here we go. Sandell kicks this one off deep, and Alabama will have to get the football and see what they can do. They're going to try to return this and get good field position, but that is completely stuffed, and there will be no good field position for them. DeBoer, you are making... I don't know why you wouldn't just tell your guy to keep that one in. That was very questionable. But yeah, for Oklahoma, having R. Mason Thomas back is just so huge. It is. It's so... I mean, R. Mason Thomas is one of the best edge rushers in the sport. And he is going to... He'll probably have a sack today. I mean, I remember he hurt his hamstring against Tennessee on that long return. And we'll see. Alabama starts at their own 14-yard line. It is not a good start. 1st and 10. Simpson under pressure. Oh my gosh, he's going to be sacked. Kip Lewis blows that play up, and I'm not really sure what Alabama's play there was. What in the world was this play supposed to be? Simpson was so hesitant, and by the time he looked back, there's Kip Lewis right in his grill. I guess they were... Oh, the screen. I mean, that's what it would look like. But then he looks back, and then boom. That's why you're not an idiot and you don't return the kick when Oklahoma's already down the field. That was just such a stupid decision. 2nd down, 18. Now they're backed up at the 6. Simpson over the middle. Pass is caught by Cuevas, their tight end. He's been banged up, but he makes the catch there. They desperately did need him back. He had a touchdown against Oklahoma in the first matchup. And that settles things down a little bit. 3rd down coming up for Alabama. Third down and 10. This is exactly what you want to do if you're Oklahoma's defense. Is you want to be in these 3rd and long situations where you can start dialing up some heat. 3rd and 10. They show blitz. Simpson. And the clock is down. They're going to have to call a timeout. I think they got the timeout. Oklahoma's defense is wreaking havoc early on. Yeah, Oklahoma right now, I mean, their defense is overwhelming Alabama to start this game. I mean, they just look a lot better. Alabama, look, you had a couple weeks to prepare for this game, and you just don't see that preparation at all right now. I mean, right now they're looking rushed. Simpson, you had a drop on the opening drive. Then you had that incompletion right there, or that sack where you try to set the screen. Oklahoma's just coached up well, and their defense is ready to go. But they look really good right now. I mean, they've come out with a lot of energy. Again, the home crowd behind them, that's gonna be a real challenge for Alabama tonight. Is what are they gonna do, especially in these situations, these 3rd and long situations? What are they gonna do? 3rd and long. How are they gonna be able to deal with the crowd, the elite defense? I mean, truly, like what? How are they going to deal with it? I don't know. I think they're going to have a tough time tonight, to be honest with you. 3rd and 10, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Huge third down early on. Oklahoma's going to get rowdy on this huge third down. Here we go. They got to figure something out offensively. They had the timeout to think it over. 3rd and 10. Oklahoma sending guys up to the line of scrimmage. It's a 4-man rush. Simpson's got to get rid of it. He's rolling out to his left. Fires down the field, and it's incomplete. Oklahoma is just getting pressure left and right on Ty Simpson. And that's what Brent Venables does. He just does a lot of confusion. Heineke gets in there. Owen Heineke gets in there. Forces Simpson to roll out to his left side. And that's just a disastrous start. And again, Oklahoma's been one of the best first quarter defenses in the country all year long. And they force another Alabama punt early on in this game. And here we go. Oh my gosh, that punt was nearly blocked. And even then, because of that pressure from Heineke off the edge, it was not a very good punt, which means that it was a short punt, and Alabama's going to get the ball, or Oklahoma's going to get the ball in amazing field position. Again, I don't know how Heineke didn't get a full block on that, but Oklahoma, he nearly had a full block on this ball, but Oklahoma either way is going to end up with incredible field position at like the 45-yard line on Alabama's 45, so Oklahoma's in a good spot here. They're in a really good spot. Again, this is how they win. They dominate on defense. And again, why would Alabama risk bad field position returning that kick? I genuinely have no idea. That was so stupid. 1st and 10, Mateer in shotgun. Stunt from Bama, nothing open. Now something gets open. It's Kanik. Actually, he might have been open the whole way, but Mateer just didn't throw it until it was way late. Again, just this pass protection up front from Oklahoma is elite right now. Bama's not getting anything home. Oklahoma's got everything. Mateer's got so much time on every throw. Blaylock up the middle. Oklahoma with over 100 yards in this first quarter. Alabama with only 5. They've had so many negative plays. Empty look now for OU and Mateer from the 35. Again, this is Sandel's field goal range. And they're going to go to Blaylock on a jet sweep. He cuts it inside. Oh my goodness, he front flips up in the air. Very dangerous play. They get a solid gain out of that one, though. I think a lot of Alabama fans are very upset with the way this game's going. Oklahoma actually just might own these dudes. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of the college football playoffs. Ben Arbuckle has really schemed up this game right now. He's doing a great job. And again, average starting field position. Alabama's starting out inside their own 15. Oklahoma's been starting in great field position. 2nd and 4. Toss out to Blaylock, right side, makes a cut, and he is going to drag defenders and make this actually a lot closer. Make it a 3rd down and short. Flag down here. What's the call going to be? There's a flag down on Oklahoma probably as Venables has the headset off. He looks a little mad. We'll see, though. So Venables looks really frustrated. I see him yelling, "Come on, Eddie," or something like that, because that's an unsportsmanlike conduct. And I don't think I've ever seen Brent Venables like this bent out of shape or mad, because that was a really dumb penalty on Oklahoma. That's just kind of dumb. That's just not a smart play. Now all of a sudden, Oklahoma's backed up into a 3rd and 18. Mateer, screen pass out to Satania. He's stuffed up. Satania breaks free and gets to the 32. So a great play by Satania. So 4th down and 8, and now here comes the best kicker in all of college football, Tate Sandell. Sandell from 51 yards. Again, he's been so elite this season for Oklahoma. This is from 51. Again, no gimme, but he's been so elite, and I think he drilled that. Yep, he did. He is just an absolute beast. So 10-0 lead for Oklahoma, but Alabama should probably finally get decent field position. But yeah, Tate Sandell, I mean, he is the best kicker in the sport. I mean, there's just, wow, that was beautiful. So Alabama has been thoroughly dominated in this first quarter. But I mean, yeah, they're down 10-0. That's definitely not ideal. If y'all are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. I mean, Oklahoma has thoroughly dominated this first quarter. Alabama's got to find an answer offensively, and they got to do it quickly. 5 yards to 118 at the end of that Oklahoma drive. And again, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Alabama getting the football. If I'm DeBoer, I'm saying let this go through the end zone. Take this down and stop backing this team up. So Sandell will go up to kick this one deep. And this ball is going to be fair caught inside the 5. And there you go. So Alabama finally gets good field or decent, normal field position after 2 backed up field positions. Now the thing is, they've been behind the chains a lot in these early downs because of just bad play calls or just poor execution. They've just been backed up a ton. And they got to figure out a way to flip that script. But Oklahoma, you couldn't have really asked for much of a better start other than that 15-yard penalty on Eddie Pierre-Louis for shoving a guy out of bounds. That was really stupid. But aside from that, Oklahoma's done a great job. So Bama starts at the 25, and they'll go to the run game. It's Hill, left side, or it's Jam Miller, who's kept up on his feet by Parker Brailsford, the center, who was able to lift Jam Miller up and carry him forward for an extra few yards. That was a great play by the center. Alabama just has a lot of confusion. That's going to be, I think, the final play of this first quarter. Alabama things did not go their way that quarter. Oh, they're actually going to run a play. They're going to run the football up the middle, and Jam is stuffed by Oklahoma. And they'll go into the second quarter with a huge 3rd down coming up. Now, Oklahoma's defense, they were ready for that. They were completely prepared, and now second quarter will start with a 3rd down. I mean, yeah, you've given Oklahoma what they need. You've given them short fields to score points. That's how they do it. Their defense does the work. Yeah, Oklahoma's got This Bama offense in shambles. You're listening. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you enjoy what I was listening to. Oklahoma with a phenomenal first quarter of football. They did a great job all around. They were just really good that quarter. Their defense was flying around. Their offense was, pretty productive. Their offensive line is playing really well. They're mauling Bama and pass pro. Mateers looked a little better. Still missing some throws and things like that, but he's been efficient with his legs today. And Alabama has not tackled well at all in the early stages of this game as well. Oklahoma's making a miss. So, there you go. Oklahoma's been moving the football well, and Alabama's offense has just really, really struggled. I mean, I don't think have they gotten a first down yet? I don't think they've gotten a first down yet. But big third down coming up. I mean, all it takes is one. You get going, you get some momentum a little bit, but right now it's just been completely brutal early on in this game to see. But yeah, Alabama, they just again, they have not looked ready to play again. I thought the first time that these two teams played, Alabama was, aside from the turnovers, they honestly played. I mean, they didn't play great, but they looked decent. I thought that they would break through, but they've had nothing going for them today. Brent Venables has schemed it up really nicely. Third down and short coming up for Alabama. They need something. 3rd and 3. And we'll see what they do from their own 32. It's Simpson. Gets the snap. Looking left. Firing left side. Incomplete. My goodness. Guillory uncovered against Horton. And it's 4th down. And Simpson, I don't know. Is it just hand fighting on the left side? Oh my. DeBoer's mad at the officials. He thought there should have been a flag there on the hold at the end of that play, and DeBoer is still screaming at this official, I believe, is who he's yelling at. Simpson does not look comfortable at all right now. 4th down and 3, and Alabama will punt this one again. Again, you got to get down there quickly because Satania, oh my, he shanked it. Goodness gracious. A shanker from Bama. They're going to spot it at the Oklahoma 37, I believe. And that's where they'll start their next drive. Again, they've had such good field position all day. Yeah, Brent Venables seems like he's a good, nice dude. But yeah, he got mad at Eddie there because that was a really stupid mistake. Arbuckle said the same thing to him. Like, you got to be smarter. You got to be better. So Oklahoma, once again, good field position. Their defense has dominated Alabama right now. Simpson just uncomfortable. And now another chance for their offense. Mateer, 1st and 10, looks over the middle and incomplete. Dangerous throw over the middle to Satania. Good coverage from Alabama. And so, again, that's the main thing. Is just, if you're Oklahoma, you just can't turn the football over. You got to be smart. You got to be smart with the football, and you just cannot turn this football over. You can't. You cannot turn this football over at all because it's the only way that Alabama's offense will find anything at this point, the way this game's going. 2nd and 10, Mateer motions Robinson back into the backfield. We'll see if he gets the carry, and he will. Xavier Robinson, tough runner up the middle, gets a couple yards. 3rd and 10, 7 or 8 coming up after that run. Oklahoma hasn't really found. They've had a couple nice runs with Blaylock as they're going to quickly hurry up to the line here and get the next play going. 3rd and 8. Mateer trying to get him to be drawn off sides. Now they'll slow this down. It's a 3rd down and 8. Oklahoma was 3 for 13 against Alabama on 3rd down back in November. Tonight they're 3 for 5, so they've already done better. Alabama's gotten their defensive play call. They got a ton of guys at the line here trying to get Mateer kind of messed up as here's Mateer, 3rd down, dropping back. He'll roll out right. Mateer on the run and incomplete. Oh, wow. They called it a catch. I thought it was incomplete. Oh, my gosh. Did he get those? He did. That's a great catch, great play regardless. They are going to take a look at this, though, and slow this down to see if this was caught. I assumed it was incomplete because I thought I saw the ball move at the end. And also, that was just so close to the sideline. That's crazy. That's a great throw on the run by Mateer, though. And again, how in the world does Burks... I think he gets the foot down. I think Burks gets the foot down. It's just whether he was able to control the catch at the end. The toe's down right there. So does he maintain possession through the catch is the question. Wow, it's upheld. They rule. That is an incredible catch by Deion Burks. That is amazing. The fact that he hauled that one in, got the foot down, and maintained, that's an incredible catch. That is an incredible catch right there. That's just the type of things that Oklahoma's been able to do, and Alabama they can't get anything going like that. That's an amazing catch by Deion Burks. To get that foot down and secure it, heck of a catch. Now Oklahoma's at the Alabama 46. They're close to Sandel's field goal range at this point. Mateer fakes the pitch, looking down the field, has so much time, rips it down the middle, and it's caught again by Burks. Again, Alabama just has nothing on defense right now. They can't get any pressure on Mateer, and he's got the cleanest pocket, and that's just an easy pitch and catch to Burks, who makes a sliding grab. But yeah, right now, Oklahoma's offensive line is just in a different zone. They are dominating. Deion Burks is having one of his best games of the season from what I've seen. And Mateer gets over 100 yards passing. Now they're going to run the football to the left side. And that run is going to be stuffed up. That was Robinson who got the carry. Alabama has done a decent job in the run defense department, but they cannot get anything going in the pass rush right now, and that's why Oklahoma's been able to have so much downfield success. Robinson kind of bobbled that for a second there. This was really dangerous. Oh my goodness, he did. He bobbled that, and oh my goodness, it did almost come out. That's actually really scary. Instead, though, it's only a 1-yard loss. Justin Jefferson made that tackle and nearly had a game-changing fumble play. 2nd down and 11 from the 30, though. Oklahoma moving the ball well. Mateer fires right side pass, caught Burks again, and good defense by Alabama there. Zabian Brown on that side, and Burks tried to wrestle out of that. Again, he has been the guy today. 3rd down coming up for Oklahoma. They're trying to get some more points. Again, a field goal would just make it a 2-score game, or keep it a 2-score game. 3rd and 5. We'll see what they have. Again, Oklahoma 4 for 6 on 3rd down today. Arbuckle's offense has been moving. I've been really impressed with Oklahoma and the way they moved the football today. 3rd and 5. Empty look. Mateer has time. Still going down the middle. It's caught. 1st down, Oklahoma. Again, Alabama cannot get any pass rush going. Oklahoma's offensive line is completely dominating this football game. It is simply just sit back and throw wide open passes. That's Jacob Jordan. I think that's the guy's name who made that catch, or someone Jordan. But yeah, That is just a wide open throw. And again, when the offensive line is giving you this amount of time, it's a four-man rush, and Alabama just getting beat. Someone did slip, though, in the middle of the field. And again, it's been that kind of night for Alabama. Mateer with the football. Is it another quarterback run? It's going to be Mateer lofting to the end zone. Touchdown! Satania! It's a blowout in Norman right now. They cannot be stopped. My goodness. Alabama is just completely dominated right now. Just absolute domination from Oklahoma early on in this game. I mean, it has gotten ugly. They scored 23 points against Alabama in November, and they have 21 points. They already have 17 points tonight. Twelve. Here we go. Mateer This is just a really nice play from Oklahoma. Great play call from Ben Arbuckle, who's been in his bag all day today. And Oklahoma, it's a 17-0 game. This has gotten really ugly very quickly. So here we go. We'll see if Alabama can get something going. Empty look for Simpson. And he's looking. Pressure comes. Simpson rolls out. Fires left side. Incomplete. And Alabama's offense cannot get anything going still. My goodness. 2nd and 10. Simpson. Pass underneath. They get an easy completion. About 5 yards there. Again, Oklahoma's all over everything right now. But this has just been, just complete domination up front from OU. From the moment this game started, it seems. They've just been everywhere. It's been the main thing. They just dominated in the ground game. Here we go. 3rd down again for Alabama. They haven't even come close to converting yet today on 3rd down. Here we go. Simpson on 3rd and 5. Got to get a play off here. Simpson drifts back deep. Ball down the field, and it's caught by Alabama. They finally get something going offensively. That's, I believe, their first down of the game. I think that's, again, not a great throw from Simpson, but it's reeled in there by Brooks. That's a huge play, and that's a huge play there. They finally get something to go their way. It's been all Oklahoma in this game so far. That's their first down of the game. Again, it has been a complete domination from Brent Venables' defense. But now all of a sudden you're across midfield. Maybe they can finally find some life. 9 minutes to go. Simpson. Drifting back. Has some time. Simpson got to get rid of it. And he just flips it out to the sideline. Yeah, this Alabama offensive line is just getting completely mauled right now. Simpson's got nothing open as well. The coverage across the board is elite. Just, again, another perfect defensive job there by Oklahoma. And Simpson gets up in the face mask. I believe that's Grayson Holton, one of Oklahoma's D linemen. But yeah, it has just been complete domination up front. Simpson only 46 yards passing. Here's a 2nd down and 10. Man in motion, Jeremy Bernard. He is yet to get involved yet. 2nd and 10. They get the snap off. Simpson delivers down the middle. It's caught by Cuevas. And there you go. They needed Josh Cuevas. He's an elite tight end option. And right there, that's a huge play for them. He just gets open over the middle of the field. This is a good throw by Ty Simpson, who finally is able to make an accurate throw. And all of a sudden, now you're inside the 20. Oklahoma defense, good communication there as Alabama goes empty. Simpson dropping back, and he's got to get the throw off. He throws underneath. Cuevas, incomplete. It was behind him. Oh, my goodness. Pocket collapsed, and Simpson just did not do a very good job there. Oh, man. If you guys are listening, by the way, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Helps out the channel. And, yeah, right there, Simpson's under pressure. Ween comes in, and he hits Cuevas, and he throws it behind him and low. That's just, golly. 2nd and 10. From the 18-yard line of Oklahoma. Simpson trying to get them on the board for the first time today. Man in motion. It's Bernard. And here's Simpson. Handoff left side. Jam Miller. Can he get around? Jam Miller gets about 4 on that, or 4 or 5 on that carry. Brings up a 3rd down. And it's going to bring up the 3rd and medium here. So Alabama, again, this has been their first solid drive of the day. It's 3rd and 6. Bama with a 73% red zone tutty percentage. And again, we'll see if that number goes up or down here. They're at the Oklahoma 14. What does Venables have in store on 3rd down for this Alabama offense? Bernard is in the backfield, so an interesting formation from Ryan Grubb. R. Mason Thomas is a danger. They send a blitz. Simpson rolls out. Fires short. It's caught by Bernard. And he's going to be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down marker. So Alabama, that play call, what are they going to do? DeVore's got to make a decision here. It's 4th down and short, and he's keeping this offense out there. This has been their best drive of the day, and they want to take full advantage of it. So 4th down and 2. Alabama's offense is on the field. Oklahoma's crowd is about to get rowdy on this 4th down and 2. We'll see what they call. Huge play here. Alabama goes empty. Simpson on 4th and 2. Gets the snap off. They throw down the field. It's caught for a 1st down. Brooks making a couple guys miss. Flips into the end zone. And Alabama finally on the board in the college football playoffs. The touchdown from Brooks. And Venables' defense did not do a good job tackling on that one. Lotsayer Brooks into the end zone. And finally, some life for Alabama in this game. Just a quick check down throw from Simpson and then a couple missed tackles from Oklahoma. Definitely one of their worst defensive plays of the day. And then Brooks just flips into the end zone. Ball extends over. And Alabama finally on the board today. Kick is through. And Oklahoma now gets the football back. 17-7 in the 2nd quarter. They still have the lead. There was a flag on the PAT. All right, they've picked up the flag. I don't know what it was. So yeah, if y'all are listening, click the sub button. Again, this is a big drive now. You finally get some momentum if you're Alabama. You finally have something going. Now you got to get a stop against this Oklahoma offense that's been moving well. That's funny. Yeah, Alabama needed that drive. They get the touchdown. Ty Simpson finally made some good throws. Yeah, DeBoer is going to naturally be aggressive. It was the right decision there. I mean, you haven't been able to get anything going on Oklahoma all day. You got to take advantage against that elite defense, and they do it just there. Bad tackling by OU on that one. Brooks gets away, scores the touchdown, and Alabama's back in the game. But they got to get a defensive stop, which Easier said than done, but Oklahoma has also had elite field position. Now, Alabama's special teams got to execute this properly. So Alabama's first 3 drives totaled 12 yards. Last drive was 75. That was more of the Bama that we've been accustomed to seeing throughout the early regular season before they've eventually tailed off pretty badly towards the end of the season. We have not seen this Alabama offense play well. Mateer has done a decent job today. He's done well. I mean, he hasn't turned the ball over. I think it's been the main thing. Mateer's really struggled with turnovers against LSU in his last game. 3 interceptions. Again, rushing yards against Alabama the first time 23, tonight 26. They found some success with the Mateer ground game. It's opened up a lot for the offense. First down and 10 for OU at their own 25. We'll see if they can keep their offensive success going. Arbuckle's been calling a gem. Mateer, screen pass to Burks, and he gets upfield. Deion Burks makes a cut, and he's across the 40. Deion Burks, what a game he's having. I want to see how many yards he has tonight. I feel like most of Mateer's completions, besides a couple, have been to Burks, and he's been doing a great job tonight. Gets open, good block from Satania and the other guys. Fasusi laid a good block there, kept blocking down the field. Just a perfectly executed screen, and Burks with 68 yards in the first half. What a half from number 4, the former Purdue transfer. First and 10, Oklahoma. Again, this is an offense that struggled so much against LSU, but tonight they are all on fire. Mateer going to go with the QB run up the middle. Mateer takes a shot and goes down. Gets a few yards there. Again, he's going to take a lot of hits today. John Mateer is going to take a lot of hits today. If they're going to keep, that's the only thing. But hey, it's playoff time. You got to do what you got to do to win games. You know what? John Mateer in Oklahoma, they've got to run it with him. The play selection for OU has been completely balanced. 16 passes, 16 rushes through the first 32 plays. And they're up to 200 yards in total offense, which is definitely higher than they've had in most games, probably, or a lot of games. Again, this is an offense that struggled a lot this season. Second down and 6 for Mateer and OU. And he's going to drop back to pass. Good protection. Mateer escapes right side. Pass is caught. And it's going to be hauled in by Javonte Gibson for a couple yards there. Third down and short coming up. So Mateer again, the accuracy's been a lot better than it's been for a lot of the second half of the season since the thumb injury. He's looked good on these plays. Made a lot of good throws in the run. Third down and 3. Again, that 1-3 head to Burks was just a ridiculous offensive play. Third and 3 coming up for OU, though. This is a huge play. They're at around midfield. They're going to try not to give Alabama second life in this game. And Alabama does not blitz heavily. Kane Womack, not a big blitzer. It's a 3rd and 3, though, so we'll see if they send the pressure. OU's 5 for 7 on third down today. Mateer looking. Pressure comes! He escapes out of it! Oh, my goodness, Mateer! Incomplete! It was dropped! Oh, no, Robinson. He just dropped a touchdown. Just a great blitz from Womack. It gets beat, and Mateer has a wide open man downfield. He decides to throw it deep and not take the touchdown and take the run because, again, Robinson catches this. This is a touchdown. But X just goes through his hands. And Oklahoma's forced to punt. And a delay game on Oklahoma will back him up. Punt is blocked! Alabama blocks the punt! Oh my. Oh my goodness, that's a massive play in this game. Momentum has officially shifted to Alabama's way. The punter bobbles the ball, and then he tried to pick it up, and by then Tim Keenan was there. Here we go. Alabama with the football at the 30. Simpson dropping back, has time down the middle of the field. It's caught for a first down by Horton, I believe. Alabama's back in this game. We're at the 16-yard line. They go empty. Simpson will see what he can do here. A lot of time. Pressure comes. Simpson is sacked. Marvin Jones Jr. comes in free off the edge. You got to check that down to Cuevas, man. Simpson was looking left, and oh, good. At least he didn't fumble the ball there. But, I mean, what is he doing? He had the tight end wide open in the middle of the field. Great blitz call from Venables, though. 2nd and 17 from the 23. Simpson. Got to get the snap off. He does. They're going to look right. Pass caught. Horton makes a move. Isaiah Horton gets a few yards there before Oklahoma's all over him. 3rd down coming up. Third down and 11. Third and 11 for Alabama. Simpson takes the snap. Screen pass down the field. Incomplete. And despite the amazing fortunate event there with the blocked punt or the punt miscue by Oklahoma, Alabama couldn't fully capitalize. They'll have to kick a field goal. Venables got this offense struggling badly. They sent a stun. I don't know what the play. I think this was a screen pass that they were all over. Yeah, this was the play. It was a screen pass, and it just I got sailed. And now Alabama with a short 35-yard field goal from Connor Talty from the right hash. He's got to knock this through. Talty's kick, and it is good. And Alabama at least gets it to a one-score game, but definitely a missed opportunity there as Oklahoma gave him great field position. But again, Venables' defense just doing its job. First and 10, Oklahoma with the football. And they're going to run it up the middle. Mateer. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So here we go. 2nd down and 8. And Oklahoma gets the football here. Alabama's made it a 1-score game. So here we go. We'll see what Mateer can do. On the 27. Mateer, left side, has so much time. Down the middle, a high ball, and it is caught for a first down. Once again, Oklahoma's offensive line just gives them so much time here. Mateer makes a good throw to Carter over the middle of the field. That's just another well-blocked play. Jermichael Carter with the reception. Oklahoma's moving. They're at the 49. Again, they probably don't need that many more yards for Sandell's field goal range. The guy can probably hit from 60 if we're being honest. Although, is he kicking into the wind is the question. 1st and 10. Mateer drops back. Pressure's coming. He steps up. Mateer trying to avoid the sack, and eventually Alabama gets him. He was trying to climb up in that pocket, and he goes down. Finally, as Alabama, again, Kane Womack realizing that he's got to start blitzing because, I mean, this front four just isn't getting it done. Although on this play, oh yeah, they're showing this other play. This is a really good throw by Mateer. High pointed up in the middle of the field. That's a good throw. Looks like there was some Alabama confusion. Linebacker there was looking around like, where's everybody at? But, yeah, I mean, right here. Mateer's climbing up. The guy finally, I think it's Jefferson who finally gets up and through there. Because, yeah, you got to start sending pressure at this point. Alabama just called their second timeout, which is an interesting decision. I guess DeBoer wants the ball back, but I mean, this defense is getting destroyed. If you are listening, be sure to click the sub button. Yeah, the defense for Alabama is getting absolutely shredded right now. And again, Tate Sandell with his booty shorts is getting ready to go, but you got to start blitzing. I know Womack doesn't like to, but it's the only way you're going to get pressure on Mateer. 2nd and 13. Mateer, left side, intercepted! Intercepted by Brown! And Xavier Brown! Pick 6, Alabama! Oh my goodness. That's just such an awful throw. I mean, genuinely, no one even close. What is he doing? Tie game. I mean, Mateer just, I don't even know what he's thinking right there. Xavier Brown just flipped this game upside down. That was a huge play there for Xavier Brown. Alabama was down 17 points in this game, and they've come back. And now Oklahoma's got to respond. Then that's hey, John Mateer's mental fortitude will be tested as that ball is deflected. I got to say, second down and 10. Mateer. Looking left side. Pass is caught, and it's going to be to the 30. See if Alabama, what are they going to do with that timeout? Time is ticking down here for Oklahoma. Third and 5. We'll see what Mateer can do here. Blaylock in motion, and they're just going to run it with Mateer up the middle, and he's going to be stuffed. And I think that's just pretty much going to take this game to halftime. So DeBoer just got called for, or Alabama got called for sideline interference, which is a huge call because now Oklahoma. I mean, I can't believe they just got called for that. I can't believe they just got called for that. So, wow. Here we go. 22 seconds left. Oklahoma gets new life because of a sideline interference call. That is one of the biggest. That could be a huge call if Oklahoma is able to get points out of this, which Mateer throws far side, and that is going to be hauled in. They have They have two timeouts here to use, as well. But where's the sideline interference though? What happened? An official, so he bumps in. An official bumped into an Alabama coach on that sideline. That's crazy. I genuinely, I never thought I'd see a call like that in a college football playoff game. Second out and 7, Mateer up the middle. He is going to be sacked, and we'll see if Oklahoma presses the issue, which I think they are going to call a timeout here because they might as well go for it. But that is a big sack for Alabama as Oklahoma uses their final timeout. Or their final timeout, their second to last timeout. So they still have one more. So if you hit a play over the middle, you can get in Tate Sandell's field goal range. Oh no, Chris! Chris got decked. Third down and 10. Oklahoma now, we'll see what they do. Mateer is pressured a bit. Now he steps back and throws to Blaylock, who's trying to make people miss. And he'll be tackled by Alabama with 5 seconds left. And Venables is just going to let this one run down to the first half. So, what a first half to start the college football playoffs. So the sideline interference penalty ends up not mattering at all. And for Oklahoma, for Alabama, who looked dead to right at one point in this game, they're not only tied up at 17, they get the ball to start the second half with all the momentum in this game. I mean, that is unbelievable what's happened in this game. I mean, again, they looked dead to right. They looked beat. They looked out physicaled completely. But that John Mateer pick six. And after first it was the Xavier Robinson drop, then the John Mateer pick six. Wow. That's an unbelievable. Wow, wow, wow. What a first half here from Norman. 17-17. All right, it is time for the second half here in Norman. Alabama versus Oklahoma. Alabama trailed 17-0 at one point, but they have tied the game for a million reasons why. As you guys are listening, by the way, be sure to click the sub button. Alabama tied it. They finally had a good drive. They got a big special teams big special teams miscue from Oklahoma on the punter dropping the ball. And then the pick six from John Mateer. And that has us where we're at right now at 17-17 for Oklahoma and Alabama. Seasons are on the line. Let's see what happens. Again, Alabama got called for sideline interference at the end of that half. And they have -3 rushing yards, Alabama does. Yeah, again, Alabama, that first touchdown from Brooks got them back in it. And then that Zabian Brown pick six. That was the play that got them officially show that they were still in this football game. And here we go. Oklahoma scored in their first 3 possessions. Alabama dropped 17 in the second. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. Ty Simpson under center. Pressure's coming. Simpson gets rid of it underneath to Jeremy Bernard. Makes a cut. Makes a man miss. Bernard into the open field. The ball came out the end. And they're going to blow the play dead, say that he was down. R. Mason Thomas had the recovery. But Bernard, who's very dangerous in that open field, one of the DeBoer holdovers. And right there, elbow is down. Then the ball comes out the end. That's going to be another Alabama first down. So, yeah, he was clearly down there. So, first down, Alabama. So, there you go. Good play to start the half. Bernard, again, a very dangerous weapon. No Ryan Williams sighting tonight. Alabama has not been able to give him the ball. He's been held in check. Here's the throw to the far side. Pass caught by Isaiah Horton. Shoved out of bounds by Eli Bowen. And Alabama, again, this passing attack was so lethal for them early on in the season. They're finally starting to show some signs of that right here. Again, if Simpson's protected, he can make some really good throws. And he's made some good ones in this game. 2nd down and 6. Again, will Williams get the ball? I've been surprised they haven't at least tried to get him a screen pass or something and use his elite after-the-catch ability. They also have had 0 success running the football against Oklahoma today. 2nd down and 6 for Alabama. It's Simpson. And he takes the snap. Simpson drops back, looking middle of the field, down the field, and he overthrows his man Isaiah Horton down the field. Simpson had some pressure, stepped up in the pocket, and he just had nothing there. So again, Ryan Williams and Horton on this other side. Oklahoma immediately crashes in, and Simpson just steps up and throws this one high. Horton defended by Eli Bowen. Pretty good coverage across the board there from Alabama, to be honest. And Simpson tonight is 2 for 6 on 3rd down. And this is another big 3rd down in this game. Oklahoma's defense has been elite. 3rd and 6. Who will make a big play? Bunch trio to the left side. Jam Miller in the backfield, I believe, for Alabama. They got to get the snap off, and they do. We'll see what happens. Simpson's drifting, and a flag is down. So what is the call? Is it going to be delay games? Is it going to be offsides? False start? There was a lot. False start by Alabama. I thought that was going to be the call. It's on Caden Proctor. Because I saw the play clock hit 0. Simpson's adjusting the play at the line with like 3 or 4 seconds left. It's like, what are you doing? And you have Proctor and R. Mason Thomas moving there. Kip Lewis goes up high there on Ty Simpson, and no call because, I don't know, it's probably a little soft. Ty definitely tried to sell that one a little bit, but definitely a little interesting. And again, that would have been a really stupid penalty. Venables would have had a crash out. 3rd and 11 now, even tougher. They motion a man out to the tight end, and we'll see what Alabama does. Simpson, pressure's coming. He's got to get rid of it. Down the sideline, incomplete. It was going for Ryan Williams. And it was a tough play. Williams, again, not the best hands. He probably could have hauled that one in, to be honest. Good. Honestly, Alabama's offensive line did a really nice job in protection here, giving Ty Simpson some time to make this throw. And Williams is open, and he just drops it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tough undercut there from Jordan, the corner. But Williams just flat out drops this football. I mean, Williams, yeah, I honestly, dude, I do not want that guy in the portal, to be honest. His hands are a problem. He actually is really bad. Alabama punting it away. They haven't had much success punting, as there's Satania with the fair catch. And Oklahoma's defense gets a stop at a half, which they definitely needed to try to, fix the momentum in this game. It's been trending Bama's way. But yeah, Ryan Williams, dude, he is not. He really just, oh man, Ryan Williams is a disaster. The guy, I remember the Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams debates, and it's very clear now that Jeremiah Smith is so much better. And yeah, Ryan Williams, again, he's so good after the catch, but he has no hands. He has no hands. I mean, I just don't understand 5-star talent like that. But that's a good job by the Oklahoma defense, though. They made Simpson uncomfortable again. You know, Venables he's gonna leave it all on the table. He is going to be. Yeah, he's going to leave it all on the table. If you guys are listening, by the way, be sure to click the subscribe button. And he's going to send that pressure and trust that his guys are going to get there and his back end can hold up all day. I mean, that's what you recruit for. That's what you practice for. I mean, that's what you do. You build up your back end, and you get your athletes in the front seven, and you just trust that those guys can go at it and make a play. And right there, they did the job. I mean, again, Ryan Williams, terrible drop. Don't get me wrong. The undercut after was, going to make it a tough catch, but the ball arrived and he dropped it. He lost it. And at that point, it's like, if you're Alabama, like, can you even trust that guy anymore? Like, he's dropped so many passes this season. Again, guy looked like college football's next megastar after that Georgia game last year where he was just on fire. But Ryan Williams is very clearly just... Yeah, man, he's just not... He really is just not all that, man. He really just isn't all that. The athleticism and the speed, like, that's all great. And the after the catch ability, but it's useless if you can't make plays downfield. Because the reality is, screen pass can only get you so far. Yeah, you got to trust guys like Horton and Bernard and... Even, I guess, Brooks, he's made some big plays in this game. And, Ryan Williams, I don't know how much you can trust that guy. Anyways, yeah, if you guys are listening, though, please click the subscribe button. We're going to be streaming college football weekends. So if you enjoy what you're listening to, click that sub button. And here we go. Oklahoma's offense. It was humming in that first quarter. Things were going well. Alabama made some adjustments. Mateer threw a bad pick six, and Oklahoma has struggled now. But we'll see what Arbuckle's got in store for the second half. Do you lean on that offensive line in the passing game? Because you can't lean on it much in the run game. Alabama has been on that, except for when Mateer runs. They've had a little success there. 1st and 10 from their own 25. Mateer takes the snap. It's a handoff up the middle to Blaylock, and Alabama's on that. They get a few yards out of that, though. Not a bad run. But yeah, that's what you got to do. That's the way that you got to just kind of open it up a little bit. Is because Mateer does have the scrambling ability, zone options, zone reads, that type of stuff, where at least you get those linebackers' eyes moving for a second, to at least give you that time to allow your blockers to set up and try to win. And again, that's what having a guy like Mateer does. Right there, last second he decides to hand it off, and they get 4 yards out of that. 2nd down and 6 for John Mateer, and he's gonna look right side. Bama sends a little blitz. Mateer over the middle. Incomplete. Looking for Deion Burks, who's had a great game, and Hill Green was there in the middle. I think this pass may have been behind Burks. I could be wrong, though. It was really fast. But Burks is just running a quick little slant. Mateer, not a very good. Okay, yeah, I'm dumb. I think this was a good throw. Let's see. Mateer steps into this throw. Yeah, okay, I'm dumb. That was not Mateer's fault at all. That was a good throw. It hit Burks in the hand. He dropped it. Maybe he felt the linebacker sitting right down in the middle. I don't know. But either way, apologies, John. Not your fault at all. Good throw. Bad drop by Burks. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. Oklahoma's in an empty set. We'll see what Alabama decides to do. Mateer looking. High throw over the middle. Oh my goodness, another drop. Incomplete. Satania drops that one, and Oklahoma with the whole team caught the drop, sees that drive, and they're going to be forced to punt the football. I don't know why I said high throw, but he kind of like jumped up, I think. Is that why I said that? But yeah, Satania comes open on this little pass over the middle, and then Mateer, just a little, jump pass. That's why I said high. It wasn't a high throw, but it was a high, a little jump pass. He did a little jump pass there, and Satania just wasn't able to haul it in. 4th down and 6. Oklahoma with a couple bad drops, and now this time the punt operation is smooth from Oklahoma. This punt is going to drift Alabama back to the 20. Brooks is on the return, I believe, and oh, that's 15. That's just, oh my goodness, that's so blatant. That's going to be 15. Terrible decision there by Oklahoma and the special teams. We'll see what the officials do. They're going to confer about this. If he wasn't out of bounds, it looked like he was out of bounds, but I'm not sure. They're going to confer about this, though, because it looked like he had given himself up, but if he was still in bounds, and he put okay, maybe that's, I don't know. What's the call? He throws the shoulder into him, I guess. I don't know. He's out of bounds, and then Ween just hits him here. Wow. That's going to be a personal foul. So Alabama returns it, and then Troy Ween, shoulder goes into him, and he goes back. And again, I don't know if he was trying to slow up his momentum. He looked like he was arguing with the officials over this call. Taylor Wine. I don't know. Either way, he's been a good player for OU this year. That's a big call because that gives Alabama 15 yards, and he's really upset about it. I mean, maybe he tried to let up. Maybe he tried to let up there and give himself up or whatever, give it up. But yeah, when the guy's out of bounds, and he's clearly out of bounds, and then obviously he flies back like that, I mean, that's going to be 15 every time. You're not going to be able to get away with that. And I think the rest we're trying to discuss, maybe was there some intent behind that, or like was it, he let himself give him up? I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. That's a really unfortunate play for Oklahoma, though. Bad drops and then that. That is just, again, that's a big call in this game. Because, again, field position is just so critical in a defensive battle. And that's just, man, I just don't even know. Cole Adams. That's who the returner was for Bama, was Adams. That's a bad penalty, though. And now Oklahoma is going to be on defense here, having to get a stop again. Again, they went 3 and out quickly. They didn't get much going on their last drive. And again, it's because of the drops. I mean, Burks drops the first one. That one was probably going to be a little short of the first down, but it hit him right in the hands. It was a good throw by Mateer. And then the second one, Satania, just a terrible drop. He's wide open over the middle of the field. Isaiah Satania is a very talented player. But his hands have been an issue at times for Oklahoma. And then, of course, Alabama, you'd have the Ryan Williams drop on the last drive. So both these teams are struggling to make plays. As there was Oklahoma, they're showing this post-game celebration after the game. They were on that Bama logo. They got on that Bama logo. They were celebrating on that Bama logo. I wonder if they took the disrespect to heart. And now they have a chance to do something about it today. Alabama has a chance to do something about that disrespect that Oklahoma inflicted upon them after that win. 1st and 10 for Alabama. We'll see if DeBoer's offense can cook something up. They're going to have good field position because of the 15-yard penalty on Taylor Ween. And here we go. We'll see, is Ryan Williams in that huddle right now? I do not see him to start this drive after, once again, another critical drop. Alabama's currently on a 17-0 run right now. 1st down and 10. They get the ball at the 40. Simpson, pitch out to Hill, left side, running. Hill makes a cut. He's through the middle. Hill deep into Oklahoma territory. And there's Alabama's first big run of the game. It's a toss out left to the short side of the field. Great blocks the line. Hill makes a nice cut. A couple missed tackles there. And Hill is off. I think it's Daniel Hill, and he's already at the Oklahoma 30. Simpson. Couple fake claps there to look over the sideline. That's a huge play right there, though, for Daniel Hill, the Alabama running back. They finally get a positive run after a first half of no positive runs. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Simpson changing the play with only 5 seconds left on the play clock. They got to get this snap off. They do. Simpson drops back, looks right, passes incomplete, looking for Brooks. So, yeah, I don't understand why they keep canning and calling plays, or like canning plays right with a few seconds left in the play clock. I just don't get it. Oh, man. Second down and 10. Alabama, 0 rushing yards in the first quarter, -3 in the second, and now 30 here in the third. 2nd and 10, Simpson drops back, deep drop, looking deep down the field. It is caught! Touchdown, Alabama! It's Brooks, stunning Oklahoma. Lotsire Brooks with his 2nd of the day, and Oklahoma, oh my goodness, Bama has come to town after trailing by 17. Fans wanting DeBoer shipped off to Michigan. All of a sudden, though, it is all Crimson Tide. My goodness, 3 plays, 75 yards. Wait, they started throwing 40. That doesn't make any sense. Field goal is good. And there you go. Alabama takes the lead over Oklahoma. A stunned crowd in Norman. It was all good vibes, everything going their way. And Brooks only averaged about 30 yards per reception in the regular season, 70 tonight, and a beautiful ball as well from Ty Simpson, lofting it over the safety's head. And again, it is stunned crowd in Norman who was looking like it was going to be a party all night. They canceled classes. Everything was looking up, but Alabama trying to be the boogeyman. And the safety there for Oklahoma, who got beat on that? That was Peyton Bowen, former 5-star safety. Yikes. The momentum is in Alabama's favor. .24 unanswered, and for Oklahoma, that sideline, that's definitely, the vibes on that sideline have got to be pretty low at the moment. I mean, in a blink of an eye, Alabama has taken the lead in this football game. Again, it looked impossible. I didn't think that Oklahoma was going to be able to lose this game the way their defense is. I mean, you think an Oklahoma defense under Brent Venables allowing, being up 17, I mean, that just seems like a free win. But it has all just kind of gone downhill for him. And now, all of a sudden, now it's on Oklahoma's offense and John Mateer to figure something out. They have not scored in a while. But this is what the playoffs are for. It's about putting everything on the line and making the big plays and the big moments when your back's against the wall. 1st and 10. Satania in motion. And Mateer faking. Pressure comes. Mateer sacked! Keon Kelly, the young D lineman. Or is it Keeley? Either way, big play for Alabama. Another sack. They motion Satania. I didn't know if it was where the ball was going to go. Mateer is this play takes too long to develop. And by then, Keeley gets in. The former 5-star makes a huge play, runs in on Mateer, and gets the sack, and Oklahoma loses 5. Second down and 15. Mateer backing up. Good pocket. Mateer's pressured again. He's sacked again. Alabama wreaking havoc. Kane Womack's defense is on fire. It's third down and long. Oh my goodness, man. Just straight domination on the interior. Mateer's hesitant. Oh my goodness. Third down and long. 3rd and 22. Mateer, 3-man rush coming. He just checks it down underneath. It's Blaylock trying to make a bunch of people miss. He's going to be taken down, and Oklahoma's going to have to punt the football. Just an absolute collapse from OU here on that drive. They needed a response to Alabama, who's just pouring it on tonight. And then when they needed their offense to step up there, multiple sacks. Keeley and Pierre with some huge plays for the Bama defense. And all of a sudden, again, the momentum just keeps on trending Alabama's way. Punt here from Oklahoma. That is one thing. Miller is one of the best punters in college football. Alabama's going to return the punt, though. Spin move from their return man, and they'll have good field position once again. Alabama. Bama takes over with the lead and possession. This drive right here is one of the biggest drives of the Brent Venables era. Oh my goodness. And Oklahoma fans, this has just been an unbelievable turn of events. I would have never expected, again, Oklahoma's defense is elite. I just didn't think this was possible. But here we are. This has just been crazy. It really has been to see Alabama's turnaround in this game. And again, that drive, Oklahoma's offensive line got bullied. And I think Oklahoma what was I saying? I just don't even I don't even know what to say. It's been ridiculous to see the turnaround in this game from Oklahoma or from Alabama. It has been. It's been so random and just ridiculous, To see the turnaround in this game, Oklahoma's defense has just not been able to get the job. Oklahoma's defense is kind of bent down a little bit, and then you look at their offense. They've completely folded as well. Alabama's getting pressure. It's the way with most quarterbacks. To be honest, when you pressure quarterbacks, they tend to struggle, right? That's just kind of how football works. In Oklahoma's case, it really rattles John Mateer. Now, I'm not going to blame John Mateer for that drive. I think Ben Arbuckle's play calls in this previous drive were very questionable, especially that one long developing play. Dude, you got to get that ball out quick. Get the ball to Satania in space. Get the ball to Burks in space. So that's what you got to do. That's what was working in the first half. But Oklahoma's offense was moving the ball so well in that first half because their offensive line was protecting so well. And now they're not. And now all of a sudden those plays that get open down the field aren't working. So Arbuckle has to make a decision next drive that Oklahoma has. Dude, does he keep trying to, hope that the offensive line can start blocking better and pick things up so those deep shots can get open? Or do you start running more quick game? Do you start running more screens, more, maybe a little John Mateer run to get things, more opened up in the run game? The reality is Oklahoma's run game being as bad as it is killing them right now. They're showing an earlier play in this game. Latsier Brooks on that 3rd and 5, and then Brooks on this touchdown. He's really been the player of the game for Alabama. He caught that big 3rd down, and then that 4th and 2 touchdown was just so massive to get Alabama. If one of those plays, If just one of those plays, that was his first, these are his first career touchdowns, by the way, which is insane. If just one of those plays doesn't go their way on that drive, this game's probably over right now. Oklahoma's probably up like 24-0. Simpson going to run left side here, and he's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. Those Oklahoma dogs making that play. Jaden Jackson again. That Oklahoma defensive line is still elite, and you just got to try to neutralize them as best as you can. Alabama likes to throw that ball down the field. Texas, we did it a little differently. We ran quick game, got Wiseman the ball in the backfield. We tried to nerf them and limit them as best as we possibly could. I don't know. Alabama's been attacking. It's started to work a little bit. 2nd down and 10. They're in good field position here. They're near the 40 to start this drive, similar to the last one. Simpson looking right side over the middle. Pass is caught. Cuevas, the tight end. No, that's not him. It's a different guy. Not Cuevas. But as someone else. 88 makes the catch. 3rd down and short coming up for Bama. Again, Simpson had the yips. But yeah, guess what? He started to figure things out and look a little more comfortable. It's a 3rd down and 2 after the 8-yard gain from Lindsey. And now a huge play in this game. Not only... Again, I mean, just the momentum purposes. You got to get momentum back in this game if you're Oklahoma. Alabama's only 1 for 7 on 3rd down, the lone conversion being to Brooks. They're going to go empty here on 3rd and 2, and we'll see what the play call is. It's Simpson looking, pressure. He's got to sidestep in and run left, going deep, down the field. It's incomplete. It goes through the hands of Jeremy Bernard. Oh, man, a flag is down, though. What's it going to be? Oh, it's got to be holding, right? Holding on Alabama? Oh, wow. Defensive holding on Oklahoma. So the drop doesn't matter. Venables is pleading his case to the officials. That is going to be a defensive holding on the freshman, Cortland Guillory, who's been one of Oklahoma's best defense. I think it was on Guillory. I mean, they showed him, right? Who was the call on? Was he on Guillory? But yeah, Bernard is wide open down the field. And I mean, again, if Simpson didn't have to roll out to deal with the pressure, he would have been open. Guillory gets handsy here with Ryan Williams. Again, he's been a great player for OU all year. He's a great freshman player. He's going to be a star. He already is a star. But he's handsy. You can get him on those. Bernard motions into the backfield, and he's going to get the handoff, and he's trying to spin out of a bunch of tacklers, which he is not able to. I think that was Jackson who got him. But yeah, Bernard is wide open the whole way, and then he gets the ball really late, and it just goes right through his hands. I mean, he literally is on 2 knees, waiting for this ball for like a second, and he drops it. I mean, that's terrible. The receiver play in this game, outside of Brooks and Burks, has been awful. Everybody else just can't catch a pass, it seems. And that was a bad one. 2nd down and 10. They're at the Oklahoma 45. Simpson motions Miller into the backfield. Now he motions him back to the right side. Is he going to throw it that way? No, he goes underneath to Brooks. And Brooks is going to be stonewalled by Oklahoma at the 39-yard line. 3rd down coming up. So again, Alabama still with barely any 3rd down conversions. That one doesn't count. You got bailed out with a penalty. That doesn't count. That does not count as a 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 5 is coming up, though. And again, DeBoer, this is probably 4-down territory, right? Again, I don't know how good Alabama's kicker is. Those numbers that I saw earlier from under 40, though, are not inspiring, to be honest. 3rd down and 5 for Simpson. We'll see what the play is. Ty Simpson in shotgun. And here's the play. Simpson gets the snap. 4-man rush. He's got to get rid of it. Simpson's going to step up and run. Not part of his game, but he gets the 1st down. Ty Simpson runs out of bounds with a 1st down. No flags down, which means it is a 1st down. Again, Simpson not known as a scrambler, but right here, Oklahoma, I thought they had a QB spy on him, and it's Ween, and they do. And Simpson just flat out runs the other way, away from him. I think that's what he was doing. And Caden Proctor versus R. Mason Thomas. Oklahoma fans probably wanted a hold on that one. They don't get the call, though. And Alabama is at the 26-yard line. Simpson with 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Simpson, pressure's coming. He's got to get rid of it. Off the back foot, he completes the pass over the left side. I think that's Josh Cuevas with another reception. Second down coming up. So, yeah, that is a huge run by Ty Simpson to step up and make that run happen. And there's R. Mason Thomas in coverage, which is kind of weird. Second down and 6. Bama approaching the red zone quickly. Simpson looks over to the sideline. Alabama still has not really tried to establish the ground game outside of that one big toss run from Daniel Hill. Second and 6. They're in empty. Simpson, 4-man rush. Here it is. Looking underneath. Simpson's pressured. He's got to get rid of it. Checks it down. Another drop. Edwards, the tight end, was looking upfield already before eventually just dropping the football. I mean, that is another drop in this game between two teams who are really, really struggling with their hands. Kip Lewis comes in with a late shot there on Ty Simpson. Officials letting him play. Hey, you know what? If you let him play both ways, let him play. That probably could have been roughing the passer, but hey, I'm all for less soft football, so I'm cool with it. Third and 6 for Alabama. Again, they're in field goal range. What's the play call going to be here, though? Let's see what Venables does. That's the real interesting thing here. Lewis is up near the line of scrimmage. Simpson hands it off, and Miller nowhere to go. The line tried to push him forward, and they do not get anything. So DeBoer, I guess, either wanted to catch him off guard and plays it safe, and I guess they'll just trust their field goal unit and Talty to give them a 10-point lead. Oklahoma blocked a kick versus Alabama in the first matchup in Tuscaloosa. So obviously, that's what they're hoping for here as well. 4th down and 6. They're deep in Oklahoma territory. This is an easy field goal most of the time. 40 yards, though, from near the left hash to make it a 2-score game for Alabama. Talty, kick on the way. It is up, and it is right through the Oklahoma Knight. 27-17, so Alabama couldn't fully capitalize, but they do manage to make it a 2-score game in Norman. And now the OU offense has to respond. At some point, Oklahoma's offense has got to figure this out, right? I mean, usually, again, I'm a Texas fan, so obviously I watch a lot of SC football, and I watch a lot of Oklahoma because I'm a hater. I always like to see OU lose, right? Like, that's just, natural to me. By the way, if you guys are listening, be sure to click that sub button. If you're an OU fan, watch this. You probably don't want to, but that's okay. You should sub anyway, because then I won't be calling your team much anymore. But besides the point that I was getting to, this is usually the time of the game where Oklahoma hits some big play to Isaiah Satania, right? Their offense is struggling. They're down in the dumps. They can't get anything going. And then Isaiah Satania gets open, whether it's on a deep crosser or a drag or something, and takes it 1,000,000 yards for a touchdown. I've seen him do it 1,000,000 times. I've seen him do it a bunch of times this season. It's just what happens. Oklahoma usually gets that guy the ball in moments like this, and he makes a huge play to break the game. Either break the game open, like in the LSU game, or like other games. Like, I'm trying to look. I think he had a big touchdown in the Ole Miss game. I mean, I'll look at his game log. I know I'm talking about on this subject here. He was the team's leading receiver with 948 yards, and look at the game log. Yeah, like Satania against Auburn. Auburn, he had that one weird touchdown on the sideline. I remember that. That was crazy. Let's see. What else? The Ole Miss game. Yeah, I knew it. 76-yarder. Mizzou as well. He had a huge touchdown against Missouri. Like, he does this pretty often. It's just something that he's able to do. He has that type of dangerous speed where all it takes is one play to completely turn the game around. And Oklahoma needs that right now. They really, really, really need something to go their way. I mean, they've allowed 27 unanswered points. I don't think Oklahoma expected to ever in the Brent Venables era, besides like early on, to allow 27 unanswered points in the game. I mean, he is a defensive head coach. That is what he does. He's a defensive head coach. He's a defensive head coach. You don't expect to give up that many points, and especially not consecutively. But yeah, early in this game, you saw the flashes of what Oklahoma can be under Venables. With a good offense and with a functional offense, and this game was good. And then that elite defense. But Alabama's figured something out. And Oklahoma's made a lot of miscues along the way. That Xavier Robinson drop touchdown obviously looms large. Then the punt fumble issue there that turned into 3 for Bama. And then John Mateer's pick six, the biggest of them all. I mean, right there, that's and then that late hit on the sideline, they got Alabama good field position. That feels like a while ago, but it happened. So I mean, yeah, R. Mason Thomas's heat on the sideline. I mean, that's just like those miscues in a game like this can't happen. And this one's going to go in the end zone. Oklahoma's going to get the football, trailing by 10 with 4:30 to go in the third quarter. And here comes this offense that has just not been able to get anything going today. They've struggled a lot in this second, not in this today, in the second half. They've struggled. I mean, in the second half, in the second quarter, a lot of the second quarter, like they've struggled. But this is where you have to execute and make something happen and try to prevent this game from really getting out of hand. Because if you give up, if you don't score and then you give up a touchdown, well then right there, Alabama's right back in this game. But Oklahoma usually finds a way to make these games interesting. They only have 4 yards in the second half so far. Mateer, first drop back of the half. He's going to step up and scramble. Mateer gets a few yards on that scramble. Again, I think Venables knows and Arbuckle knows you got to start using your legs, John. If no one's getting open and you see a rush lane that's there, go for it. I mean, you got to have the green light. They're going up tempo here to try to stall them, and all of a sudden they shift their D-line to the left as they had no one over there for a second. Oklahoma likes to get teams out of sync with their up tempo that they play occasionally. Second down and 3, under 4 to play. They did a lot with Levy too. I do love that up-tempo. Second down and 3, Mateer just is going to be a designed run up the middle, and he just trips on the grass and falls short of the first down marker. Looked like Mateer was going to be able to cut that one upfield for a first down, but he slips and brings up a third down and short here for Oklahoma. So a huge third down coming up, 3rd and 1. After 2 Mateer runs, what will happen on this third down? Can they keep the drive alive? Again, it's been a really rough half for them so far offensively. Oklahoma was 5 for 7 on third down at the start of this game. They've gone 0 for 5 since, and Alabama motions Jackson over to the right side of the field. Here we go, 3rd and 1. It's an empty. Mateer, another run up the middle, and John Mateer, was he stuffed? The officials are going to come in and make the decision if he got to the first down marker, and Alabama, Tim Keenan thought he had him, but it's going to be ruled a first down. I think that Mateer did get there. I thought he did, and the officials agree with me on that one. Keenan does a good job here filling this gap, and then eventually he's able to get through and send Mateer back. It looked good for a second. He's getting all hyped up, but unfortunately for Tim, that's going to be a first down, though. That's Oklahoma's first down of the second half, and now Mateer going to toss this one out to the right side, and they don't get much there on that run to Xavier Robinson. Again, that's where you also really miss that home run threat. The Jaden Ott was supposed to be the home run threat of this OU offense in the run game. It's supposed to provide that spark in the ground game. Robinson's shown that a couple times this year, but in reality, like that's what Jaden Ott was brought in for from California. And he just has been a complete and abject failure with Oklahoma from the portal. And that's been an issue. Second down and 7 for Oklahoma at their own 38. They got to try to flip this game in their favor some way. Kanik in motion. They'll run it up the middle. Blaylock, he runs tough, and he's going to get him close to the first down, a couple of yards, maybe like a yard and a half short or so. But yeah, he runs tough. Blaylock and Robinson, they run tough. They have their moments, but yeah, they just don't have that big-time home run threat. Winner will head to the Rose Bowl. The winner of this one. They will go to the Rose Bowl to open up the new year against the Indiana Hoosiers, one of the only, I think that might be the only undefeated team left in the sport after taking down Ohio State. So it's going to be 3rd and a short 2 here for Oklahoma, I believe. Yeah. About 3rd and 2. Satania in motion. Mateer flipping around. They bagged the screen pretty well. Mateer's going to throw it. Oh my goodness, it was still caught by Blaylock. What a play by Mateer on that one. That was amazing. Alabama had that play completely covered up on this screen, but then no one steps in front of Blaylock until it was too late. I got to give Mateer a lot of credit for that one. He was under pressure. Deontay Lawson was around there. Okay, I think it was Bray Hubbard who came up to rush him, and he's able to make that throw. That was Oklahoma's first pass of the drive. They're up to their own 48. Quarter time winding down, 40 seconds. Mateer fakes the screen, runs outside to the left, and he is tackled at the line of scrimmage by Alabama. And we'll see what Oklahoma does here. They take this one in the fourth quarter. Well, there's one thing I will say. Mateer's made some bad throws today, but the guy's tough. He's taken a lot of hits today from all the designed quarterback runs, the sacks. The guy's a warrior, man. I mean, he has, again, taken so many hits today, and he's still out there battling it out. And Oklahoma is going to need his absolute best if they want to come back and win this game in the fourth quarter. There's only 5 seconds left. Oklahoma has no intentions of running a play. Final quarter of football in the first college football playoff game of this season. Oklahoma once up 17, trails 10. And here we go. If you guys listening, be sure to click that sub button. We got more college football streams coming this weekend and in the coming weeks. Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, we'll exciting stuff. It's exciting stuff. Let's get it, man. I'm so ready. Here we go. Everything on the line in the final quarter. And yeah, this is it. Yeah. This is huge, boys. 50 Cent. Wow. 50 Cent is in the building. That's so funny. $50 providing the fourth quarter entertainment. That's so crazy. That's actually so tough. 50's out here. Alabama players are getting hyped. Them boys getting turned. Yeah. That's so funny. That's cool though. I love that. Again, that's the best part about the expanded college football playoffs is these home playoff games. The environments are top notch. It's elite. Texas hosting that playoff game last year against Clemson was one of the most fun games that I saw as a fan. It was awesome. I wish I could have been there, but that game was awesome. The environment, I guarantee, was just elite. And it's been elite in Norman tonight. Those fans showed out. But here we go. Final. Oklahoma's motto is they're hard to kill, and right now they've got to be really hard to kill in this fourth quarter and be resilient. 2nd down and 10 for John Mateer in this offense. Will they finally get the big Satania play? Mateer dropping back, pressure, he steps up, throws on the field. It is incomplete. Is a flag going to be thrown? Yes, it is. Multiple flags come in on Bray Hubbard, who was in defense against, I believe, Jaron Kanik. And yeah, that one, I mean, I think that one was coming. And yeah, that's just a clear and obvious pass interference. Hubbard grabs on and never lets go, and I don't know why he was celebrating it. He grabs on up top, holds on to the jersey. That's a really easy call for the official to make. And Alabama has given Oklahoma some life here now. They're on a good drive, and again, you get a 3 points from Sandell. If you're able to kick 3, you're in. I mean, they're already in field goal range for Sandell, but obviously you want 7. You want that touchdown. Again, Oklahoma's been resilient this year in these moments. They need to keep it up here. They're at the 37 of Alabama. Mateer dropping back, pressure. Mateer deep down the field. He's got a man. It's Dion. Is it Burks? Touchdown, Oklahoma! And there it is. They strike back and finally get some momentum. Dion Burks from 37 yards out. They give Mateer some protection. He makes a good throw. And Burks, he's had a great game. And there you go. That's a huge play right there. They desperately needed that. They've struggled all game. They struggled the last couple quarters offensively, but when they needed it most, they get the drive. Their offensive line did a great job. Mateer makes a great throw. And there you go. Oklahoma, after Sandell's PAT, it's a 3-point game. It's anyone's football game here in Norman. Sandell knocks it straight through. 27-24. What a game. What a game. I want to see this play here. This is just, again, he was wide open. Great protection up front from the offensive line, and then Mateer has to navigate a little bit. But yeah, this is a really good throw by Mateer. Burks comes open, and yeah, Burks comes open, and Mateer makes that's actually a great throw by John Mateer. He put it right through the window to Burks, who's able to just turn upfield and score. And just like that, again, this is anyone's football game. And Oklahoma's offense finally woke up that drive, you know. They had some success early, and then they started to struggle because they weren't blocking well up front. But they finally get it done. John Mateer, Deontay Lawson couldn't get up to that ball, and then Dion Burks, he's one of the better athletes on the field, runs that in. And all of a sudden, again, this game is, again, it's anyone's football game. Oklahoma's finally got momentum for the first time in what seems like forever. Again, long gone is the time where they were up 17-0. That was, again, they were up 17-0 in this game at one point. They've come all the way back. But now their defense. I mean, hey, if you're Oklahoma, this is what you want. You want to lean on your defense. And Alabama's going to call fair catch. Glad they're being smart about that. You want to lean on your defense in these moments to make those stops because, again, that's what you built for. So Brent Venables is built for the last, what is this year, 4? That's what you've built for, is you've built for these moments where your defense comes up big. Got the home crowd with some energy finally now. And here we go. I mean, there's a lot of football left. It's 14:45 left in the fourth quarter. I mean, it truly is. There is a lot of football left to be played. Crowd's got to be at their loudest as well. Empty look for Simpson. They motion Miller back into the backfield, and they're going to go straight to him. Jam, cutting around. Oklahoma's all up in the line of scrimmage there. And against Alabama specifically, Oklahoma's always been clutch, and it's been their defense that's been clutch in games against Alabama. Kip Lewis's pick 6 a year ago against Alabama here in the stadium. And then this year, Eli Bowen's pick 6. All the critical stops in Tuscaloosa. They've been super clutch against Alabama. Can they do it one more time for their first college football playoff win? 2nd down and 9 after the run from Miller. And here's the play. I think that's no false start. Simpson lofting downfield. And a great catch by Isaiah Horton. What a play by Horton, and Simpson drops it in the bucket. I didn't know if there was a false start or not, but Horton just gets by Eli Bowen, and Simpson, perfect football, and Horton hauls it in. That's a great throw and catch from Simpson to Horton. Unbelievable. Now all of a sudden there's momentum back on Bama's side. Jam Miller, though, gets stuffed in the backfield again. We know Alabama, they're all about passing the football because they cannot run the ball well at all. Another loss of yards. You got to get Jam Miller out of there, dude. That's what I would kind of hesitate at first because I wonder if there was a false start on Alabama on that last play. I really didn't know. I thought there was. 2nd down and 10. Simpson talking to all his guys here with 13 minutes left. A lot of motioning around this formation. Alabama's been mixing things up. They're trying to get everybody aligned properly. And they pitch it out here to Jam, left side, and Oklahoma shoots it. The ball also came out at the end. I think Alabama got it back regardless, though. Yeah, they're both hanging on. You got to get off of them, dude. It's going to be it's 3rd down. I mean, this is a great job here by Kip Lewis, who did knock that football out. Who got on top of this ball, though, is the question. The official marked it, put the fingers up like it's a... Wow. 3rd down and 11 here for Alabama now. They don't review the fumble to see who got it. I think Alabama did get that fumble. It was a great hit by Lewis, but I think Alabama got it. 3rd and 11, though. Here it is. Simpson pressured up and sacked. Owen Heineke gets through, and Alabama, who was having such a good drive for a moment, then Oklahoma gets that pressure at the end of this drive. Just so much pressure from this right side, and then Heineke also looping in at the end of this. And Simpson tried to step up and out of it, but Heineke just gets up and drives him back. R. Mason Thomas forced the original step up along with Heineke, but he finishes it off. And now, a lot of momentum in Norman for the Oklahoma Sooners. Alabama needs a good punt here. And here we go. We'll see if they finally get one. They rushed the punter. They didn't get much, though. And this ball is going to take a nice bounce for Alabama. We'll see where it went out of bounds. The official's going to mark this at the 7-yard line. So Oklahoma's got a long way to go, but they got the stop after the Horton catch. It looked like Alabama was on their way to scoring some more points, but a lot of negative plays. And again, I think Alabama fans are going to be really mad at Kalen DeBoer because they ran the football. You haven't had success running the football all day. Jam Miller, I'm pretty sure, has been injured. And they ran it twice. And guess what? They got stuffed both times. One of them almost being a fumble. One of them was a fumble. I really didn't understand the logic there, like, at all. Great job by Owen Heineke, though. He's been flying around tonight. But yeah, it's like Jam Miller lost you like multiple yards on that drive. I was like, why are you running the football? Like, just keep throwing it down the field. It's been what's working. When you've had good success today, it's been that. And now Oklahoma again has the momentum. They have the momentum now. They have the momentum in this game. Again, it's been a game of momentum. It has been. If you guys are listening, by the way, be sure to click that sub button. What a game in Norman. Again, Oklahoma never disappoints with these, man. Usually Oklahoma plays in a lot of close games. They're prepared for these moments. But yeah, that's just, Oklahoma, that's the one thing is they played in so many close games this year that, hey, they're ready for it, right? Like, they're ready for these moments. They're ready to play in these big moments. Home crowd behind them. Again, they had all the momentum at the beginning. Alabama took control in the middle and had a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter. But I mean, then boom. I mean, that touchdown to Burks was so huge. That whole drive in general from OU was huge. They needed that so badly. They need something to go their way. And now, 3 points to tie it. Touchdown gives you the lead. And a lot of the time this year, Oklahoma stepped up. I'll give them that. Their offense has been bad but timely in a lot of these games. LSU, times against Alabama the first time. I don't know. That game was pretty much all their defense just doing everything. But yeah, here we go. Again, the winner goes to the Rose Bowl to play Indiana on January 1st. And then tomorrow, you got Texas A&M and Miami at 11 a.m. in College Station in the morning. And the winner of that game will go on to play Ohio State. And yeah, but right now, here we are in Norman. The college football world's eyes are in Norman. Mateer motioning Blaylock in and around the formation. And Mateer fakes the pitch out to him. And he's going to be stuffed up at the line of scrimmage by Alabama. Not the pitch. It was fake. He faked the screen out to him, and then Alabama stuffed him. And again, that's what Ben Arbuckle calls a lot of motion. And then a lot of John Mateer, fake it this way, fake it that way. And then, I'm going to take off myself. Alabama's done a better job in the second half, though, of stopping that ground game. So 2nd down and 9. Again, there's the record. OU is 4-1 in one-score games this year. Their lone loss in one-score games being to Ole Miss. They've been very good in these games all year. They've been able to make these clutch plays, especially number 5, Isaiah Satania. 2nd down and 9 from their own 8. Mateer, handoff up the middle. Blaylock trying to make a cut. He's dragging a defender for a second, but then he's stopped, and it brings up a critical 3rd down. Again, not just, you want to try to get to tie the game, but if you don't pick up this 3rd down, Alabama probably gets good field position off the punt. And field position, again, matters so much with these two teams. So this is a huge 3rd and 5. Oklahoma gets back to the line. And Alabama's got to stay disciplined. Oklahoma wasn't disciplined on that one. False start by OU, bringing up a 3rd down and 10. Arbuckle is furious right now. And he's pleading his case there with the official there on that sign, or whoever that guy is. And Arbuckle's, again, he is furious. That's a big call, because now it brings up a 3rd down and 9. Penalties this game are 5 for 50 on Oklahoma and 3 for 36 on Alabama. 3rd and 9. Oklahoma trying to pick this up. They're 7 for 14 on the day on 3rd down. 50%. Here we go. Pressure. Mateer steps up, and it's nearly picked. Lawson felt the ball batting against his body, and that's going to be another Alabama stop. Oh, man, this was nearly disastrous for John Mateer. He throws this football, and Lawson, it hits him up high. That was so weird. It's sidearm release, and just it hits him in the face mask. That's so funny. That was, oh boy. That's a huge play, though. Lawson, way to use the face mask, dude. 4th down and 9, and Oklahoma has to punt this football from their own end zone. It's Grayson Miller, who's been so good today punting the ball, except for that one miscue. They gave him 3. And this will be from the middle of the Oklahoma end zone. We'll see if Alabama sends pressure. They do send some. This is a bad punt. Bernard tried to go pick that up too, and he does. That was really scary if you're Alabama. Bernard saw that, and he was like, I'm going to give this a go. But a bad punt from Grayson Miller there. Again, that's a tough spot to be in, always punting from your own end zone. But Alabama is now set up in excellent field position to start this drive. Again, I'll see officially where it's at. But this is not good for Oklahoma there. That drive did not go well. Again, the false start was so huge, and then Mateer threw it into a guy's face mask. So Alabama will start with the football from the Oklahoma 35. It doesn't get much better than this in terms of starting field position, off of a punt especially. Daniel Hill is finally back in the game. Again, Jam Miller, how many times does he have to lose yards? First play of the drive, it's a run to Hill up the middle. Daniel Hill is cut down, but a solid gain of about 7, I believe, on that run. 2nd down and short coming up. Maybe it was 6 or 7 yards there on that one from Hill. Pretty good blocking here from Alabama. Again, it's tough to neutralize this OU front, but they go double team on Jaden Jackson. Opens up a crease for Hill. And again, he is just flipped upside down by by Kendall Daniels, the Oklahoma State transfer. 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. Man in motion. And they're going to go back. No, Simpson throwing right side the field. Oh, it's bean topped! Oh, incomplete! Bernard thinks it's a catch. That's probably... They call that a catch? Oh my gosh. Jeremy Bernard just went upstairs on Jacoby Johnson. Bean tops him. Goes to the ground. How did he do it? The ball comes out at the end. Alabama's trying to quickly get this play off. And they do. Hill, handoff up the middle, stuffed by Jackson. Unbelievable catch, though, by Jeremy Bernard. He goes upstairs on Jacoby Johnson. He wraps the ball around his head and then comes up with it. I don't know how he caught this ball. Johnson battled with it till the end, but that is just an unbelievable catch by Jeremy Bernard to bring that one in. Wow. Alabama set up 1st and goal, now 2nd and goal after the run got stuffed. It is going to be from the 6-yard line. Bernard only his 3rd catch of the day, but that's a huge one. And we got a stoppage for a timeout by, I believe, Kalen in Alabama here. Yeah, I mean, this is a critical goal line sequence. You go up 10 and you're in a really good spot. So, I mean, got to make sure you execute. Yeah, I actually cannot believe he just went up and got that. That's insane. Do you see that grab by Jeremy, bro?
Great grab by Jeremy.
They got to finish it off, though.
They gotta finish it up.
Gotta finish it off. Ugh. Tie. Let's see what Alabama does here on the goal line. Again, that catch by Bernard is genuinely just ridiculous. He went up and grabbed it over Johnson. Here we go. John Mateer hoping to get the football back with a 1-score game and have a chance to go win it for OU. But 2nd down and goal, 7.5 to go. Alabama looking to punch it in. They've been the boogeyman of college football for so many years now, but with DeBoer, it's kind of reset the clock on them a bit. They haven't been nearly the same. But a playoff win tonight on the road in Norman shows the Alabama program is still a very high-level program in this sport, and a program that should still be feared around the nation as one of the elites. 2nd down and goal. Ty Simpson from the 6. Hill in motion to the left. Bernard also in motion. And they run it. It's Hill straight through the middle. Hill spins. He scores! Touchdown, Alabama! Daniel Hill right through the middle. And Alabama! The offensive line did the job right there. And Daniel Hill, that one is a ultimate gut punch to the Sooners. And you just see some very upset Oklahoma fans in the stands right now. 4-play drive, 35 yards after the bad punt. $7:24 to go. PAT from Talty to make it a full 10-point game is good. And Alabama, they are in a pretty good position. That's Hill's 6th rushing touchdown of the season. It leads the team. Again, Alabama, that tells you they haven't had too much success on the ground this year, but Hill's had some great runs tonight. Again, I don't know how you go back to Jam Miller, right? I mean, come on, right? Like, what? Yeah, that Bernard contested catch is insane. So in the second half of this game, Alabama has outgained OU by almost 100 full yards, 169 to 70. And Oklahoma will just field this kick. Again, they need another great drive from John Mateer in this offense. They got one, but are you asking too much of this offense at this point? I mean, they had their great drive, and Brent Venables' defense just didn't get the job done. You got beat. Well, actually, no. Okay, I'm hating. They didn't. It's not really their fault. The offense kind of screwed them over with the field position. But, yeah, that's brutal. To be at 17 in this game with a Brent Venables defense and to find yourself down 10 in the fourth, yeah. They need a Satania big play. 1st and 10 from the 25. Mateer, pressure's coming. He's under pressure. He gets a throw off. It was nearly intercepted. Oh, man. Backside pressure. Keon Keeley, who's had a good game tonight, he was out in coverage. They brought this backside blitz. I think it was Bray Hubbard who came in off this right side. He gets through. Mateer gets rid of it before that's a strip sack. So we give him credit for that. Dangerous throw, though, into no man's land. Mateer, 19 for 31, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Mateer looking for the screen. They go to Burks. He's been good tonight, but that's not going to get too much. Only about 3 yards on that screen to Deion Burks. And now brings up another big 3rd down. Oklahoma's got to convert this. Burks is also limping out of the game here, so that is pretty significant because he's been Oklahoma's best receiver all night. Clock ticks under 7 minutes. Mateer, the OU faithful need it. They got 2 on that screen, actually, so 2.5. So it's 3rd and 8. Alabama's got to be smart and not jump. Thought they nearly did. So 3rd and 8. Satania and Gibson out to the left. Blaylock in the backfield. Kanik out right. Mateer. Got to make an elite throw. Here it is. 3rd and 8. Pressure's coming. Mateer steps up, and he's going to be sacked. Alabama gets him. Kelby Collins with the sack. And Oklahoma on 4th down. What do? I don't know. But Collins comes through. Beats the left guard. Or it gets inside. Collins actually got inside there. And John Mateer tried to step up. It was too late. Didn't beat the left guard. He just got through the middle. Came around Fasusi on the interior. And the Sooners are going to punt the football again. Miller is going to send this one back. Bama's going to return this to around the 40. And a flag is thrown. It's going to be holding on Alabama on this return. Man. If you're listening, be sure to click the sub button. Oklahoma is in a lot of trouble. Not much time left, and Alabama's just really got to get this clock down, and they win. Here we go, boys. What a game. And Alabama is in control now. They just got to get this, they just got to run this clock out and call it a day. That's pretty much it. Yeah, Oklahoma, man. If y'all listening, be sure to click that sub button. It's that simple. I mean, Oklahoma, they've been able to get away with these games all year because their defense has been there to bail out the offense time and time again. Tonight they weren't. Sometimes, when you give a team enough good field position, you throw a back-breaking pick six. That's just how it is. That's just how it is, right? I mean, that's just, yeah. Your defense can only do so much. The first time these two teams played, Oklahoma won because their defense did it all. And their special teams. They scored early because of a punt return in that game. They got a pick six from Bowen. They got great field position off of 2 fumbles that were forced. The defense can't do everything sometimes. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't feel like that's a realistic way to win a national championship. But the game isn't over yet. 5:55 to go. Can this Oklahoma defense make an elite play? You got 3 timeouts. Not over yet. You got to get a 3 and out, a quick one, and a quick 3 and out here. Too much time doesn't come off, and hope your offense can find something. Bama starts at their own 30 after the 10-yard hold. Horton in motion. It's probably just going to be a run, and it is to Hill. And he's going to be brought down by Owen Heineke, who's had a really good game for OU. He's been, again, I said it, he's been flying around this defense. And Venables is going to burn these timeouts right now. Looked like a hole was going to clear up on this right side for Hill, and he would have had a huge run, but Heineke was able to get over there and make a huge play. Another subscriber. Let's go. 2 subs away from 1,600, so everybody listening, be sure to click the sub button if you haven't already. Venables is burning them right now, so this is it pretty much. Alabama gets a first down, the game's over. If Oklahoma's going to use the timeouts now, they're going for it all. That is what's hard about closing games like this, is where your run game really comes in handy, is when you're able to run the football. That's when it matters, is in these moments where you're trying to close out a playoff game, the other team's calling timeouts, it's desperation time, when you're able to run that football and get the win. But Alabama, we'll see. They struggle to run the ball all year. And they've had a little success here and there today. Hill's definitely their best back. I mean, yeah, he just runs so much better than Miller. 2nd down and 8. Oklahoma with 2 timeouts. Williams in motion, and Simpson's going to give it to Hill after a little interesting motioning around, and Hill gets a couple yards. I'm assuming Venables uses that 2nd timeout. And there you go. Oklahoma is down to their final timeout with 5:40 to go. So, again, Alabama's got to get a first down. But the winner of this game, I talked about earlier today, Fernando Mendoza in Indiana await the winner. They await the winner of this game. Mendoza's been that guy all year. He's been clutch, under pressure. And that will be big against, especially if Oklahoma finds a way to come back, the Heisman versus this defense. A guy who's been great under pressure all year, who thrives and who also hasn't had a single turnover in the red zone. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good stuff right there. Guy's 33 passing touchdowns. He's been elite. So we'll see, man. We will see. 3rd down and 5 here for John Mateer. 3rd and 5 for Mateer. 5:40 to go in the 4th. And again, we'll see. This is a huge 3rd down in this game. If they pick this up, the game is pretty much over. If not, Oklahoma still has a shot. 3rd and 5 for Simpson. Oklahoma shows heavy pressure. We'll see if it's just going to be another run. It's going to be a drop back. It's going to be Simpson. He's pressured. He's going to be slammed down by Taylor Ween. And Oklahoma is going to hang on to that final timeout, it looks like. So they try to go for the kill with this pass. And you know what? Honestly, in this situation, my goodness, he just blew that play up and threw down the offensive lineman and then threw down Simpson. A sack in that situation, even though they did lose 6 yards, it's overall probably better than an incompletion because at least the clock is able to keep running. Here comes the punter, and now Oklahoma is actually going to get pretty good field position out of this. Satania fair catches this one at around the 38 or so. 5 minutes left in the game. They have 1 timeout left. Here you go. Your offense has got to make a play. But, yeah, I mean, that is just big time right there. It's a big time sack by Taylor. That's big time right there. That is a big time play. So Mateer got to make something happen. 5 minutes left, only 1 timeout remaining. What will happen? Again, Oklahoma is not out of this game. Their defense just did them a solid. They got the stop. Only burned 2 of their timeouts. So, I mean, yeah, incompletion on 3rd down there would have just been bad. It would stop the clock. So, now the offense has got to make something happen. Mateer dropping back. Pressure's coming. He's got to roll out and throw this one away into the seats of Norman. 2nd down and 10 coming up again. Alabama's been sending a lot of heat. Womack and Alabama, I think they showed a stat earlier in the game. They were like they blitzed the least amount or something like that in the SEC, but they've been blitzing a lot today because it's been getting John Mateer rattled. If you're not getting home at 4, you can't just let him sit back and keep making throws. It's called adjustments, and that's what Alabama's done. They've adjusted to Oklahoma's passing scheme, and Mateer's struggled a lot under the pressure. 2nd down and 10. That last play took 8 seconds off the clock. 4:52 now. Mateer. Pressure. Mateer steps up and throws over the middle. Pass is caught by Kanik. And he goes down with only a few yards on that one. Brings up another 3rd down. Mateer wanted a flag or something. Not going to get that call. They quickly hurry up to the line with 4.5 to go. Alabama's a little out of sorts here. Mateer looking over the middle. Pass caught. Blaylock. Ball came out at the end. Was it a fumble or was it just an incomplete pass? As of right now, they're calling it a fumble. Alabama recovered the ball. I think it was incomplete, but we'll see what the officials say. Again, this is going to be reviewed and everything. Teams are using this as a chance to take a timeout, but the ruling on the field is Alabama football on a fumble, which would be the end of this game. We will have to review and see if this was indeed a fumble by Torrey Blaylock to end Oklahoma's season, pretty much. As of right now, again, the officials have ruled this a fumble. Okay, yeah. It'll be 4th down. I was about to say, I thought that was incomplete. Yeah, I thought, yeah, they're reviewing it officially, but that's that's an incomplete pass. He never had full possession of it. He didn't make a real football move. All he did was turn a little bit. That's an incompletion. It's going to be 4th down. Yeah. So 4th down and 5. Oklahoma still has life. They had a little moment there to regroup, and now this is it. 4th and 5. 4:24 to go. Oklahoma has to get this 1st down or their season is over. Not to over dramatize anything, but that's what's at stake here. 4th and 5, Satania in motion. Mateer in empty. Gets the snap. Looking. He's pressured. He's going to roll out to the left and go for the throw down the field. He's got a man. It's a first down. Devontae Gibson breaks free into the second level, and Oklahoma's down inside the 20. Oh, man, Mateer navigates this pocket well. Gibson's open all the way down the field, and he does a great job with the after-the-catch stuff, and Oklahoma's moving now. Mateer scrambles, pass over the middle, caught by Blaylock. He's slammed into the ground, 5 yards short. Second down coming up, Oklahoma going up tempo. You got to attack and get a touchdown, or, a field goal makes it a one-score game, but yeah. That 4th down and 5, massive play from Mateer. Pressure's coming. Mateer stepping up to get away from it. He's trying to get out of there. He's going to be sacked again. And Oklahoma, are they going to use that final timeout yet? No, they're not. That is a big sack right there, though. As Zero comes in, makes the man miss, and Mateer had to just eventually, just run out of there. And now 3rd and 9 coming up. The game's not over if you don't get a touchdown here. You can kick a field goal and make it a 7-point game, but that obviously does hurt. Makes things a lot more challenging. Alabama will use their second timeout of the half. They're going to make sure their defense is aligned properly for this huge 3rd down. That's a big play by Mateer, though. I'll give him credit for that. 4th and 5, season on the line. He does a good job getting out of the pocket, finding his open man, makes an accurate throw. And Devontae Gibson does a great job as well. What happened here? No one just picks him up. No one picked up Gibson. He was wide open the whole time, it seemed like. And Mateer, there you go. It's 3rd and 9, 3:02 to play after the timeout. Here you go. Huge play for Oklahoma. 3rd and 9, blitz is coming. Mateer flings it into the seats. Wow, he just never stood a chance. The blitz comes right through the middle, and Mateer just immediately chucks this one into the seats. It's a good, I don't know. I guess, wow, it's pretty shocking stuff. Well, Oklahoma at the very least will make it a one-score game. Tate Sandell to come on and kick. He's been automatic all year. Guy literally doesn't miss field goals. This is easy. This is a 36-yard field goal for Tate, middle of the field, to make this a 7-point game. Tate's kick is on the way. It's hooking left. Oh my gosh! No good! No good! My jinx worked. He hasn't missed all year, but the announcer's jinx for me worked. He missed the field goal. I thought he made it at first, but at the very end, it just drifted too far left. Wow, that's close. Wow. They're saying the rules analyst says no good. It looks good on that one, though, but I'm so confused. Tate Sandell, the best kicker in college football all year long. And he misses when it matters the most. And now all of a sudden, 2:50 to go for Alabama, and all they got to do is run the football. Oklahoma only has one timeout, which they'll use here. They do have another stoppage at the 2-minute warning. That's insane. So they're talking about how like if it's higher than the upright, you can't review it or something like that. That's ridiculous. That is insane how close that was. Wow. That is a ridiculous. I mean, again, he's been the best kicker in the sport, and it's not even close, right? Not even close. Tate has been insane this year for Oklahoma. Guy's been drilling 50 yarders. I hope no Oklahoma fan I mean it sucks, but he's been a superstar for you all year. You've won multiple games because of Tate. Man, that's just I feel bad for him. He didn't play for Oklahoma. So Alabama is going to have to get one more snap off before the 2 minute warning. It'll be with 2 seconds. So Oklahoma will get the ball back down 10 if they can get one more stop on the run, which they probably will. They're literally loading the entire box. It'll be the 2 minute warning. Alabama will punt after the 2 minute warning. Oklahoma would have to then score and get an onside kick. That is ridiculous. They get the snap off here. Simpson with the screen to Williams. He bobbled it but caught it, and he's able to turn upfield. And it's under the 2 minute warning. 1:57 to go. That was really dangerous. Oh man, and Williams is out here bobbling screen pads. This guy's actually terrible. This dude has the worst hands in the sport, I swear. But 1:57 to go. They will punt the ball, and as long as they don't get their punt blocked, Alabama will be in very good position to win this game. Oh my gosh. Yeah. One more sub away from 1,500 or 1,600. So next one up, hey, be sure to sub if you are listening. Thanks to everybody who has subbed, liked up the stream, viewed it. It's been a fun one tonight. As a Texas fan, I've enjoyed the hate watch with you guys. So thank you. Um, Alabama, man. Impressive stuff. If they can just close this out properly and not have a colossal choke job here, impressive. This has been a super impressive performance from them tonight. I did not think they had any chance of coming back. A Brent Venables defense giving up this amount of points to a team not named Ole Miss or Texas. I didn't think it was possible. I mean, I didn't. I didn't think it was possible, but Alabama, man, them boys, they came to play. They really did. They played amazing in the second half. They made the comeback going into this 17-17 at halftime. They kept the momentum up. Um, they had a bad defensive breakdown, but they battled back from it, and then they ended up. They had that great defensive stop. They got the defensive stops when they needed them tonight, besides a couple moments here and there. But to be able to flip the script like that is a testament to the program. Look, I know Alabama fans want to cried about Kalen DeBoer, have wanted him fired, and all that. Been frustrated that he didn't win the SEC his first 2 years in the conference, all that. But the reality is, look, Kalen DeBoer is a good coach. Nick Saban is the greatest coach of all time. It's tough to go from how spoiled Alabama fans have been, but the reality is most college programs are like this. You deal with attrition every year. You deal with just not that. Most teams, yeah, making the playoffs is accomplishment, and winning games there is amazing. It's how it is. You want to win national championships, be in the race every year, and you're Alabama. You probably will be. Again, will you have that Saban type of dominance? Probably not ever. But hey, that's a run that we may never see in forever, in decades in college football. That was incredible what Saban was able to do. Truly, it was remarkable. But DeBoer getting a win tonight like this, if they can close this out in the last minute 57, if they can close this out, as they are running the punter out to the right, and I think that one was not as much of a shankopotamus. As here's Satania on the run back. Isaiah Satania, so dangerous. He gets hit at about the 49. Oklahoma will have to go 49 yards here. Or they go quick, try to get into field goal range and make one with Tate, who did just miss a shocker. That's the reality, right? Is that this team, like, if you win tonight, this is an incredible win for this program. You were down 17 points on the road against a team with arguably the best defense in college football. If you win this game, that's incredible. That's an incredible win. Okay? You're allowed to celebrate, Bama fans. You are. That's an incredible win. Again, to come out, especially after the way that you got handled in the SEC championship, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's not easy to build a championship program, as here's the catch by Kanik underneath. Look, yes, I get it. You inherited a lot of good talent. You have a lot of good talent. Yes, the expectation is to win natties. But it's like, DeBoer's got his own scheme and his own way of doing things. You got to get your players in there. Bama's offensive line will eventually be really good. It hasn't been great this year, but it's been really good in the past. And it will be good again. DeBoer's had the best offensive line at Washington that one year. They won the Joe Moore Award. That was an elite O-line that year. Here's a 2nd and 5. Mateer going to check this one down over the middle to Blaylock. He's trying to get to that sideline, and he does. Well, good job by him. 1:33 to go. Again, I don't know how Oklahoma is exactly going to play this. Regardless of what happens, you have to get an onside kick, right? So, do you just kick early? Do you get into field as close as you can for Sandell? Again, Sandell did just miss a couple minutes just not too long ago. So it's like, okay, well, is his mental there? Like, is he good? Is he just going to be able to lock back in and knock down a field goal? Probably, right? I mean, he just barely missed the other one. It was like super close. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. Another blitz being sent. They pick it up, and over the middle, Kanik makes the catch. He's officially in past the Sandell target line. Clock is going to keep running, though, for Oklahoma. They're really good at running the no-huddle offense. They do it all the time. And they're going to spike it here with 1:18 to go, 3rd and 5. And Brent Venables looks like is going to send out his field goal team. So Sandell is going to kick the field goal. He's going to kick this field goal. And then, if he makes it, onside kick. I mean, again, that's the best. I think this is the best thing you can do here. If he misses the field goal again, you live with the results. It's 51. Sandell's been elite all year. He's knocked down 50-yard field goals literally for breakfast. From 51, middle of the field, Sandell, good operation. Kick is up, and it gets right through. So Sandell, oh my gosh, he shorted it. No, he didn't. He missed it. He missed it short. He missed it short. Oh, man, that's it. Oklahoma is gone. Dang. He had it going through, but then it just died in the air, the wind. I thought he had it. It looked good, but it just died. It died short of the goalpost. And that's it. Alabama wins. Unbelievable. My bad. Bad call by me there. I thought he drilled it, but it just died. And there it is. Kalen DeBoer has won his first playoff game as the head coach of Alabama. And there it is. Simpson will kneel it out. And there it is. Alabama. Alabama gets the job done. They eliminate Oklahoma from the playoffs, and Brent Venables in year 4. No playoff wins. That's it. If you are listening, be sure to click the subscribe button. So Alabama came back down 17. Looked like they were on. It looked like Oklahoma was on their way, and it didn't matter in the end. There it is. Yeah. I enjoyed the Hay Watch tonight. I hope you guys all did too. Be sure to click the subscribe button. I was just impressed by Alabama tonight. They were resilient. Again, Mateer didn't play that great. Didn't play awful. He was let down at times by his O-line and by Xavier Robinson. But the reality is that pick six changed the game. And they gave Alabama all the momentum they needed to secure this win. And that's how it is. I mean, that's in games like this. I mean, Oklahoma, I thought they were going to go get a win tonight, but, you know. And yeah, that's it. So appreciate y'all for listening. Tune in tomorrow. The stream's tomorrow. Click the sub button, and yeah, that'll do it. Hope you guys all have a great night. See you guys tomorrow for some more college football playoff action. But bye-bye, Oklahoma. Enjoy the couch. Enjoy the couch.